Thank you, Jesus. The elections in the United States of America is finally over. Yes, I live in Canada, and it's been a nightmare. The only fucking problem now that it's over is that these asshole people like to vote for the wrong fucking president. If you want my take on this whole election thing now that it's over, you need to watch this video.
Senile, Babbzy since you born say you spoil. Go Babbzy, go Babbzy, go Babbzy, go Babbzy. I want your blog them up slowly and shake up the merchandise. Go Babbzy, go Babbzy, go Babbzy. I say to blog them up slowly and shake up.
So yes, everybody, the election is over. I don't know, everybody looks kind of upset about the fact that Donald motherfucking Trump is the president of the United States of America. I can't tell you that I didn't see this coming. Shouldn't lie, I didn't see it from the start, but when I found out he was running up against Hillary, I was like, oh Lord, America in trouble. But before I get into all my reasoning and everything in this video, make sure you are following me on Instagram. My name is Strictly Babbzy, as well as on Twitter, Snapchat. My name is Strictly Babbzy. The only place my name is Babbzy at large is on Facebook because I chose that name 100 years ago. So make sure you're following me on all my outlets. If you're confused about what I'm doing, what's happening, remember now my new schedule. Mondays and Wednesdays are my uploads on YouTube. Then it will be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, Friday, I'm live on Facebook. So don't forget, if you want to keep up with me, download my app in the Google Play Store or the iTunes Store. It's called Babbzy Beyond Blogging. You hear what I say. And make sure you subscribe to this channel here. You might think you're subscribed to me because I come up in your recommendations, but you're not subscribed. So make sure you subscribe like right now. So I live in Canada and you're wondering why some black Canadian Bajan is talking about the elections in America. Well, let me tell you, this has been one of the most miserable times I can remember. I don't really thrive well in a hatred type environment, and when people are throwing insults left, right, and center all day on social media, I'm like, ugh. I don't discuss politics ever. Learn my lesson when I discussed the politics or the political situation going on in Barbados when they were having their election, the last one, and I was like, you sure you really want to vote back in this Democratic Labour Party with no real economists on the team? Fuck you! Ah! Now every day all I'm saying is like, oh God, when are the elections coming? We're dying here. We haven't got our income tax back for 3 years. I was like, but I saw this. So can we now call it and say that I can see these things? I have this magic ball. So you want to know how I knew Donald Trump was going to win? Because everyone's like, you were so confident, Babbzy, that Donald Trump was going to win. Now, I'm not here to say that I would have voted for Donald Trump. I'm not here to say that I would have voted for Hillary Clinton. I'm saying I knew why Donald Trump was going to win. Now, one, I knew for a fact when he was going to win is when Hillary was announced, because I'm like, you guys had no clue how much people do not want a woman leading them. You would be surprised how sexist the average person is walking around this earth. You may not see it on an average day because you might not be in a situation where you encounter it. Take it from me who's in Caribbean entertainment. Most things that come out of women's mouths, men either sexualize, it goes over their head, they're not interested, they're just looking at you like you're dumb. Oh, Babbzy, you're so cute when you're mad. Like, they're not listening to you. So that's not just men though. Women don't want women leading them. So you have men that don't want women in charge and women that don't want women in charge. You don't understand the dynamics of America. You guys living externally to America will see video footage, TV, all these things of New York City, Hollywood, Los Angeles, where there's multicultural communities, and that's really not how America is. America really is a nation where there are like miles and miles and miles of just white people living with no TV, no education, don't like black, Mexican, like that is a very large makeup of America. We don't see it because they don't push that forward. They will push forward the ratchet black folks fighting in Walmart, World Star Hip Hop, but trust me, there are equally, if not more, ratchet white folks in America who would be like, I don't want no woman president, I don't want no black president. Like, these people are like grade 1 education, can't read, can't write. So take that now, and then being bombarded with all these different images of how bad black people are, how bad Mexican people are. So Donald Trump is going to sound promising. Build a wall around Mexico. Yeah. Why are you saying that? Well, I just watched this documentary on National Geographic about our jail system. And that's where our taxpayers' dollars is going. And in jail, 83% of the gangs in jail are Mexican. We don't want them here because I don't want my taxpayers' money's going to Mexicans. Do you know you'll never see your taxpayer dollar go to anything you want ever a day in your life? It could go to the Mexicans in jail, and it could go to blowing up children in Syria. You can't control that. So the fact that you're talking about housing Mexican gang members in jail you have to understand the levels that these people think to. They can't see beyond their front lawn. If you step on their grass, they'll shoot you with a 12-gauge shotgun. This is where America is. So everybody's like, it's 10 steps backward. It's gone back to the civil rights times. And it's like, you ain't left the civil rights time. The only thing you've done is push forward the areas that don't have those civil unrest. But that shit is still going on in America. I'm going to tell you that. So you have a country of racial tension at its peak where every single conversation is about Black Lives Matter, Black this, Mexican that. Everything is about race in America. So now you have an election that one person is coming and saying, we want to get all these bad people out of our country. Muslims are blowing up America and they hit us in 9/11. You're not going to have people being like, I wonder if this is really true. They're just going to go with it because they don't know any better. Then you have a woman candidate. No one wants to follow an intelligent woman. Women alone don't want to follow intelligent women. They would have most of Trump's votes probably came from women. And don't mind he's grabbing up people's vaginas and derogatory and crass. They would still rather him over Hillary Clinton. And Hillary Clinton has his email scandals and she doesn't tell the truth and Trump tells the truth. So you'd rather somebody that hates you lead you than somebody that might not hate you lead you. That's where we got to. And that's just unfortunate. And what's really sad is that my mother, who is a Black Bajan woman living in Canada for over 40 years, I've had to console all day because she is deathly afraid of being sent back to Barbados and all these other things going on. And I've never seen my mother so afraid in my life. And it's like, it's just motherfucking Donald Trump. You don't know what this means for the world. And my mother doesn't really ever get doomed. And she is dead scared. And I'm like, he can't send you back to Barbados. You're in Canada. Oh, but if Trudeau and him sit down and that's how they're so now everybody is afraid. You have a nation of people afraid. You have conjoining nations of people who are afraid. Is this really the situation y'all wanted? Then this year is the lowest turnout almost in how many years for people to vote. Eligible voters, almost 50% of eligible voters did not vote. That is extremely bad. And I knew this was going to happen because I know what happens when you're like, I hate Hillary, I hate Donald, I ain't voting for neither. You know what I mean? When there were other candidates you could have voted for. But what we struggle from is an education of understanding politics. And thank God for my dad to come and be like, the electoral votes, and this is this. And because my dad knows that shit inside out. I'm like, thank God, because I don't know it. There's no education out here on how to vote, why you're voting, what your vote does, these things. And a lot of these campaigns that just had rappers come and rap, it's not educational. So my take on it, it's 4 years, folks. I don't think Donald Trump's going to be able to start getting some security men to come and pick up all the illegal people and pick up anybody who's Muslim and do all these things. It takes a lot of work to change legislation, especially in America. I wouldn't panic just yet. I would panic if you revote his ass in the next 4 years. But don't just start panicking right now. I don't think he has the power or the intelligence to start making a whole bunch of these moves. There's a lot of red tape when it comes to politics and getting things done, which is why you'll see people be like, America didn't do shit for Black folks. He did the best he could. But when you're met with opposition from other parties and other entities and you have to struggle every single day, it becomes difficult. So that's my take on it. I don't want you guys running around being afraid, trying to get into Canada and crashing our motherfucking website. But as a Black Canadian female, I saw this coming. People do not like women at all, especially in a position of authority at all. More women than men don't like that. And put that in a racially charged climate, hate will always outweigh love. I'll tell you that right now. People always say, no, love is all we need. No. And I'll tell you, if the people who are in power hate you, your ass in trouble. That's the only thing I can tell you. So we got to get some power around here, some way, somehow, so that we can make sure that we don't get shipped back to Africa. My neighbor across the street's asking me when am I going to go back. I was like, who going to get me at the fucking airport? Yeah, cunt. Anyhow, This is your girl Babbzy. Love you guys. Talk to you soon.
Brothers and sisters.
Exclusive. All youth and youth. Open your ears and listen. What the Fabulous say. Alright. Watch this. I am living in a very small country with 2 politics party. But people, can you believe me? It's just a nightmare story. True, some a cry power, some a cry shower. Some put that before their mother and father. Some a cry power, some a cry shower. When I'm one time, it's like them no member. But when man a kill man, show man a wear green. No time you can't have fun on the scene. Man a kill man, show man a van red. Showers of blood, every tear that shed. Youth a go